Yo, what's up? It's your boy Josh Wulf from Brisbane, Australia, streaming live with the Zeebe coding today, and we're going to be listening to Silk music. Let's have a look. What do we got? Stop the stream in the background. There's a really good mix on here that I was listening to the other day. Here we go. Showcase 6, melodic progressive house mix. Let's do it. Shout out to Silk Music for licensing their music for the stream. It's real good. Hopefully YouTube are not going to turn around and say that it's not commercially viable to host my material. Love it. Okay, I'm going to start the stream today by going through the Zeebe GitHub. Something that I've started doing. Just looking through to see what is happening in there. Some interesting stuff in there of recent. The stream is struggling. I'm going to switch over to my phone, I think. Let's have a look. What do we got? I'll leave that. We'll see if we'll let that run for a bit longer and see how it goes. Okay, so the issues in the GitHub. Reading the news. You scroll through Twitter, you scroll through Instagram, scroll through GitHub. Why not? A lot of the real internal kind of stuff I don't really get that much into unless it's something that kind of I just keep an eye on it. Exporter manager partition test should run, yeah, whatever. Allow expression language and task headers. Opened by Bernd. That's interesting. Let's have a look. What's he asking for now? Is your feature request related to a problem? Please describe. Ist es möglich, die Header vom Command HTTP Worker dynamisch zu definieren? Is the definition of the header for the Command HTTP Worker dynamic? Currently we're discussing internally expressions. Generally most places in Zeebe would love to tackle on a concentrated issue in Q1. Okay. I might be able to propose a solution to this. Stack variables, stack workflow variables, HTTP post body. So I wrote a blog post about it actually, so I can link that in here. I do this with Micro Mustache. Micro Mustache, so M for micro. So let me just get my head into the Colemak, the Helmac space. Okay, I'm there. Micro Mustache. One thing I noticed that's real interesting for me is that when I'm responding to someone or talking to someone in real time, my ability to type disappears. When I'm like in the zone writing a book, so I'm writing a book at the moment on Zeebe Node, and I get into the zone, then I can just type like with 100% accuracy for like hours. Okay, so see here. Oh well. Let's find my blog post. It's on the Zeebe blog. The Zeebe blog. It's in the transactional email. Here we go. This one. What, you can't link to it? Oh, that's dumb. Copy. So see the section, and then the section name. I gotta write my own keyboard mapping for Helmac because this one has the command keys mapped to QWERTY. So you're typing in Helmac and then you have to switch your key mappings back to QWERTY in your brain to be able to do Command C, Command V, paste. See this section here. Put the URL for this. Kicking into it, it's good. See, that's the QWERTY mapping. Why would you do that? You're just interfering with your ability to be able to type on this keyboard if you keep switching mentally back between QWERTY and Helmac. Okay, I do this using Micro Mustache. Now the other thing that I can do is I can also provide a link to, it's called Zeebe Slack Worker. Zeebe Slack Worker. There it is. I can provide the code for it. It's in the source directory, Slack sender, and the templating section. Copy. Now, I had a call with a guy, a startup founder in India who's using Zeebe yesterday, and he called it a Slack consumer, which I thought was quite cool, in the code for the Slack consumer. So, in the code for the Slack consumer. Consumer. That QWERTY mapping. Paste. I have an open task for myself to write the keyboard mapping, but that's like extra work just to get that to... I'm just working around it right now. Now this guy uses... this guy's actually written a patch. Let's have a look how he's done it. Oh, this thing's written in Java. Log trace optional of nullable. Resolve context variable. Oh my god, this is so long. That's interesting. I wonder why that. I see, probably because if you initialize or declare and initialize the variable here, then you can't access it down here, which is outside the loop. This is one of the arguments against loop mutations, because it's not clear to me what the value of this thing would be. Outside the loop, you got to actually execute it in your head. This can lead to off by one errors. But you know, if you get it working, it works. Okay, kind of interesting. Alex. I'm gonna go ahead and add my link to this again in there. Add the same comment for people to find it. And I'm gonna definitely add this to the book. So shunt, so I do this. Nah, fingers are in the wrong place. That was what that was. Okay, I do this in the Node client. Actually takes me a while to warm up to being able to type each day. So I'm just going to use this right click, copy and paste. Okay. A little bit of a contribution to the world. Small one. Provide some sort of exceptional visual indicator to indicate that a task is not reachable. That's interesting. Not reachable. Not that it's not reachable. He's asking for has no workers polling for it. That would be actually useful. So that's here. Has no workers polling for it. Yeah. That would be very useful, actually. How are the petitions selected? Okay, they want to do multi-tenancy. Noisy neighbor for multi-tenants. Yeah. So you may want to route across different clusters at a higher layer. So ROTE. Fingers are in the wrong place, dude. ROUTE. So for this one, you probably want to route across different partitions, right? Different clusters. Yeah. Clusters at the infrastructure level. L, so level. And then FOR for this. People want to do these multi-tenant setups. Because Zeebe is designed for like it's designed for like load balancing. Can't prioritize jobs with Zeebe because it's just as fast as possible. Load balance. It's designed to load balance work and execute it as fast as possible. And execute everything as fast as possible as soon as it is received, in the order it's received. Zeebe is designed to load balance work and execute everything as fast as possible in the order it is received. Yeah. So it's designed to execute everything as fast as possible in the order it is received, yeah. In the order it is received. Yeah, deceived. I before E except after C. That's how I remember that one. Okay, next. Unify message subscription records. This looks like an internal thing. Let's take a look. Very variable speed on the stream. I'm gonna switch to my phone. I think that'll be faster. Let's have a look. Batteries are getting a bit low. I'm gonna need a power cable. I'm gonna go grab a power cable back in a tick. Okay, power connected. Let's switch to the phone. Okay. Yeah, looking good. Right, I'm back. Okay, Unify message subscription records. Currently there are 2 records for message subscriptions. I got no idea what I'm reading, but you just read it anyway. Message subscription record and message start events. Some subscription record. I reckon that should be subscription record. I may not be an expert, but that looks like a misspelling. Update comment. Search SEO. Both records have many properties in common. By the way, timer subscriptions make no difference between intermediate and start events. Unify the message subscription records to keep the implementation simple. Internal implementation detail. Boom. Goodbye. Unify message subscription API. While that's loading, let's have a look at some more. Snapshot replications not started on followed bug. NPE and FS log storage get size. This one's interesting. Support pre and post deployment hooks. Oh yeah, I can start that opening in the background tab. Like this. Open it in a new tab. Go here. Currently, the message subscription API defines 8 different messages. All of them have more or less the same properties. They are transformed on processing either a message subscription record or a workflow instance subscription record. Internal. Won't affect consumers at all. Refactoring. The only kind of good coding that exists. Evaluating. Yeah, they want this. This is an interesting one. I think this is a very, very good validation. Add a proxy, route the specific deployment command. So this validation is not just BPM validation, because you get that for free with Zeebe. When you deploy a workflow into Zeebe, it'll validate it and it'll throw on the deploy workflow command if the BPM is not valid, but they want to go deeper than that, and they want to have like a task type registry and invalidate the deployment if it contains like misspelled task types, because they're not strongly typed. So they want strong, basically they want strong typing. They want to strongly type task types. I think this should be split into another one, which is okay, this is like the ability to create workflow instances, but not that's complex. There are really two functions here. So there are at least two separate functions here. At least two. There could be more. Features here. So you know what, it may be worth splitting them out. Splitting. Splitting them out. One. Task type validation. Let me put my computer onto D&D mode. Dungeons and Dragons, do not disturb. D&D. Let me check that message. No. Okay. Not dealing with that right now. Okay, maybe we're splitting them out. So you got task type validation on deploy, pre-deploy. Okay. Task type validation pre-deploy. Now that could be done by get hooks or CI. Okay. Okay, just like zone in on the typing. Forget about everything else. Authorization of different Zeebe gRPC commands. How do I write gRPC? Well, I start with a G and then I do an R and then a P and then a C, yeah? A D? Yeah. And then I say, for example, I wonder if you could do that with Nginx in front of it. I'll Google that in a second. Oh, I'm going to use, I saw this on Twitter the other day. They were like, oh, blacklisting, whitelisting, it's racist. So I propose that we call it red listing, green list. So I'm going to start doing that now. Green list. So I now want to make a reference to the deploy workflow instance command. No, deploy workflow it is. Deploy workflow command. Command for a user. Let's see if we can do that. So I know with Nginx we can do so Nginx authentication, so it's like authorization. Nginx authorization, but we don't want to authorize on a route, we want to authorize on a gRPC command. Should be able to do that. I'm not saying that it's going to be trivial. Okay, authorization of gRPC command. Can we inspect the commands? The gRPC module, yeah, okay. Open, yeah. gRPC gateway. gRPC to JSON proxy generator. Kong. Maybe we could do it with Kong. Let's have a look at that. Right. Okay, so gRPC. Oh, this is interesting. Very good. Connect timeout. Anything about pings? Nope, nothing about pings. Let's have a look. Header fields, and whether they pass or not. Let's have a look. Kong 1.3. August 21, 2019. Native gRPC proxying. Okay. Shifting towards microservices architectures. Interest in native gRPC proxying. Streamline your operational flow. Blah, blah, blah. New protocol. Protocol attributes. gRPC, gRPCS. Yep. Upstream mutual TLS authentication. So you could put Nginx reverse proxy with Let's Encrypt in front and do gRPC from Kong to Nginx and then have the Nginx put SSL on it. And then you could put the authorization in Kong if it supports it. Handshake with upstream services, security, trusted, easier, developer friendly, key, the service entry, client certificate, sessions, plugin. Okay, uses Nginx. Open REST. So maybe route by any request header. Oh yeah, okay, you could do it like that. Yeah, okay, so here's how you do it. Oh, hang on, that's the header. Okay, so you can say two, you could do. I'll give him a hint in the right direction. You might be able to do in an Nginx reverse proxy. I don't have time to run the experiments and it doesn't look like anyone's well, I think the Google search for it will be Nginx inspect grpc command, or introspect or something like that. Probably no one would say introspect. It'd be more likely to be under inspect. So okay, we've got authorization. So here what we want to do is we just want to do inspect, because if you can inspect it, then you can just redirect it. If it you know, you do your middleware authorization, and then if it doesn't match, you just redirect to like a, you know, 401 or whatever. Let's have a look. grpc, a PHP, ingress controller. Maybe Nginx route grpc. There we go. Yeah, you can. You can route it on the grpc method name. So on this page, I'm not even going to try to find the F on this thing. Find. It's our method name is what I'm looking for here. So M is there. MTH shunt. Oh, this is a great track, this one. Method name, so shunt ME. No, okay, dumb. Let's just go to grpc methods, 16 of them. HTTP method, route guide, service methods, routing grpc connections requests. No, deep link, it's dumb. Syntax, package, route guide. Precise routing. Production, complex routing, other elements in the URI. Bidirectional streaming, routed to one backend, different backend. Here we go. Authenticating clients with grpc metadata. Location route guide. Copy. In an Nginx route, by so say unauthorized calls. Save myself some typing. Copy. Redirecting Okay, yeah, this is annoying me almost enough to get me to write my key mapping. Paste. Unauthorized calls. To 100% accuracy. Okay. Blew it. Directing unauthorized, not what I wanted to paste. So if I go like that, yep. Copy. I wonder if Kong. I wonder about Kong. Kong. I haven't really looked into it that much. It's like an API gateway kind of framework, is it? Microservices. Kong 1.3. Let's have a little bit of a look at it. Open source. Kong gateway. Products. Kong gateway. Robust ecosystem of plugins. I think it's based on Nginx. It looks like it is. Docs. Kong docs. Master Kong Vitals. Let's just dive straight into this thing. 1.3 docs. So 1.4 is probably not a huge upgrade. Kong Manager. Authentication. Install Kong Gateway. It's the easiest way to get this thing to supported by, look at all these different installation methods. It's pretty good. It's good. Docker, the easiest way to do it. Okay, Docker Hub, yeah, Docker Compose template with built-in orchestration and scalability with a database. Here's a quick sample showing how to connect Kong container to a Cassandra or PostgreSQL. Create the Docker network, start the database. Yeah, or you could put in a Docker Compose, of course. Start Kong. Here it is. Kong is running. DB-less mode. Docker network. Where does it get its data from if it's in a DB-less mode? Declarative configuration file. Kong database off. Declarative configuration file parameter. Okay. Well, let's just try running it and see what happens. Okay, you can run on Alpine, that's good. Yeah, let's do it in a database-less mode. Kubernetes, yeah, dude. Create a Docker network. Yep, KongNet. In case you want to add some other stuff in the futures. Results should be similar to this. Yeah. The mount point entry. Oh, you got to create a Docker volume. Start Kong in DB-less mode. Kong database off. So I got that Kong, and then I got this Docker Compose file. Maybe I just whack this in. Docker Compose template, Kong container, PostgreSQL, Nginx load balancer. Entry point to Kong. Dun dun dun. Possible to start the Kong, yeah. Contain some of the entities added in Kong.yaml. Curl. Get a list of all services. Wonder how much CPU Kong uses. Wonder what it's written in. Well, it says it's open source, so let's have a look. Kong community. Let's take a look at it. Join our forum, join the community call. That's interesting. Contribute, report a bug. Let's have a look at this. What's with the Kong community call? What's that about? See what's on the agenda, propose a new topic, or sign up for calendar invites on our open agenda Google Doc. A modern universal control plane for service mesh. Kong community programs. It's pretty cool. You can watch it. Kong 1.2 and 1.3 upcoming releases. Principal engineer. Tybolt, Charbonnier, French, gRPC, okay, yeah. Kevin Chen, Kong. Optim's Journey with Kong, mocking APIs with Kong and API Fortress. Okay, interesting. Here are the issues. So here's the code. JWT plugin not working. That's interesting. Okay, last commit 2 days ago, 16 days ago, 8 days ago. Okay, it's obviously under active development, which is kind of already obvious. API gateway, API middleware, some cases a service mesh. Actively maintained, yep. Why Kong? Common functionality to run your actual software. Kong can help acting as a gateway or a sidecar, load balancing, login, authentication, rate limiting, transformations, and more thorough plugins. The redundant old way. Yeah, okay. Orchestrates common functionality, yeah. Cloud native, bare metal to kube. Dynamic load balancing, hash-based circuit breaker, health check, service discovery, serverless. WebSockets, gRPC, good. OAuth 2.0, yep. Logging, security. Wonder if you can use it with Let's Encrypt. Kong Docker. Lua rocks. Okay, it's written in Lua. Okay, so maybe it's an open REST-y type plugin for Nginx. Let's have a look at the structure of the repo. I guess it's in Kong. Oh, this will be funny. Kong. REST-y, yeah. This will be a good opportunity to get into some Lua programming. Well, we're not going to get into it, but I'll just have a look at it. Lua programming. So it obviously started off its life as a Lua plugin for Nginx, and then they just went nuts on it. So I want to look at Kong and Let's Encrypt. So Kong and Let's Encrypt. High on the search volume. How to use Let's Encrypt for Kong? Good. Yep. How can I use Let's Encrypt? Second question first, since it's easier. How can I change the ports? Yeah, okay. For using Let's Encrypt in Kong, depends how you have Kong implemented. A tool in the open source community you might want to look at. Boom. I've been using the example, startup and daily thereafter. I'm new to Kong, trying to figure out Let's Encrypt Docker Cloud. Okay, down the rabbit hole, let's have a look. Let's Encrypt integration with Kong. So Let's Encrypt, if you don't know what it does, it gives you automatic SSL certificates for free. Let's Encrypt integration with Kong. Cron-based certbot agent that will attempt to acquire Let's Encrypt certificates you control for a list of subdomain provision Kong with them. Cron job, yuck. There is a Let's Encrypt sidecar container for Docker, which is awesome. 50 certificate requests per domain per week. Certs are good for 3 months. Once every 60 days. Shared resource, free and freedom and beer. Someone surely pays for it. Yeah, okay. Let's Encrypt Docker Cloud. Okay. Yeah, I use the J Wilder, I think it's called. Let's Encrypt sidecar container for Nginx. Maybe that would work with it. But let's have a look anyway. What is it that we want to do? We want to write some kind of routing rule with authorization for gRPC. Let's see if we can do that. Docker, Kong. Yeah, okay, so you can run it with Docker, yeah. Docker, so you get it up and running. So once I got it up and running, how would I find how to do that? I would go into the docs and I would go, I don't know, let's start with the getting started, Kong docs plus getting started. Installation, 5-minute quick start. Okay, configuration reference, proxy, authentication reference. Load balancing. It's going to be in between those two because we'll do an authentication and then we'll modify the load balancing based on that and send it to a null route. Okay, generic authentication. Most common scenario, authentication do not allow access for any unauthenticated requests. Yep. It's cool. Consumers, map them one-on-one. It's only so much you can do reading docs. You've got to actually interact with the thing. Ability to configure a given service to allow both authenticated and anonymous. Yep. Grant access, low rate limit. Yep. Okay. Okay. Enable anonymous, check anonymous, multiple authentication. Okay. Let's have a look at routing then, see if we can inspect the gRPC method. Ring balancer, service registry, no DNS server. Anyway, I say that it's got to be possible. What's this blue-green? Blue-green deployment. Wikipedia? What, blue is like potentially works, doesn't work, and green is like the one that you know works? DevOps, yeah. Blue-green deployments, yeah. Safe proven. Canary, AB, between what, blue and green is your B, and your A is the green. Yeah, okay, so yeah. The green is the known good and the blue is the hey maybe. Thought so. Blue environment, green environment, yeah. Okay, activate the blue-green switch, canary releases, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Update or create plugin. So the thing is that in the load balancer, you would need the context of the authorization. Because authorization is on the request level. Well, let's have a look at this plugin development kit. Kong response. Okay, here we go. This looks good. Get the scheme, get the host, the port, forwarded scheme, forwarded host, forwarded port, HTTP version, method. HTTP method. Okay, but can I get the gRPC method? Where's that plugin development kit? Plugin object, here we go. Consumers, route object. Service object. Search, gRPC method. Into this black hole. Single gRPC service with multiple routes. Proxy gRPC. It's pretty good how it did that kind of progressive search results like Google does. Single gRPC service with multiple routes. Individual gRPC methods, right? Okay. Oh, cool. Create a route for lots of replies. Yeah, okay, so okay, there's the service and then there's the method. I'd say that it is possible somehow, somewhere, like even if you routed that to some other server that you ran that then forwards the request only for the deploy workflow, you could protect it that way. Hang on, let's go back to this. It would be good if this was pinned to the top, actually. gRPC. Yeah. Search for the whole thing. All the things. Oh, Took me here. Configuring gRPC services. Okay, enabling plugins. So look at this. Logging observability plugins. Okay, logging and observability. But what about greeting gRPC method? I want to be able to authorize a single gRPC method with Kong. Let's try that. Authorize gRPC method with Kong. Oh, the horrid intersection of QWERTY and Helmac. I do not know why. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to do that. Authorize gRPC. It just messes with your mental model. Mapping the command keys to QWERTY. gRPC method with Kong. So K is here. No, here. Kong. Authentication and authorization, yeah. Insomnia. That's pretty cool. Okay, we want to authorize a particular method. Native gRPC, single service and route. Okay. Single service, multiple routes. Logging observability. What's next? Protobuf data, gRPC compatibility, more plugins. Community forum, Kong Nation. Let's look on there. No, we've gone past that. At some point, I'll spin this thing up and actually attempt to do it. Okay, so let's do a search in here, and we're looking for gRPC. gRPC, dude. C. Rate limiting and access control. Jan 18, too old. Let's click on more and see what happens. Oh dude, what is your actual question? Fails to create balance for upstream 1.3. Well, let's try this. OpenResty, okay, it's built on OpenResty, yep. Rate limit JWT. If we add an HTTP authorization header, maybe. Okay, I guess it works now. Kong, out of the box gRPC proxying. You know what? I'm gonna just actually ask the question in here and see what happens. Sign up. I already have a account for the internet with GitHub, so I'll use that. Authorize. Yay, OAuth. Okay. Go for it. Your first notification selected to begin. This is Discourse, this forum. It's the same one that we use on Zeebe. Okay, so how do I create a new, how do I ask a new question? Install Kong, yep, great to have me here, you're welcome. You're welcome. Maybe it's called discuss, yeah. New topic. So authorization per gRPC method. I mean, putting like an authorization layer into Zeebe will complicate the engine no end, man. That's not what we want to do. We just want to make it super fast. Man, that's way more code to maintain and debug, and then it's not making it faster if you're doing that. We just want to make it faster and then offload any of this kind of stuff that we can to external systems. Is there a gRPC section in here? Nope. So look, questions. Yep. Installation setup. System requirements, announcements, feature suggestions, service mesh. I'll put it in questions. Okay. Now, let's embiggen this thing. Is it even possible to G? Where's the G there? Authorization per gRPC method. Yeah. Authorization per gRPC C method. So HOD method. So I'm guessing so I need access to the header. Access to the header to get the creds out. Access to the header to get the creds. So I want to do two things. I want to get access and be able to modify the route. If there's a place where you can get those two things. Access to the header. Access to the gRPC method. If you can give me these three things, if it's some kind of context somewhere in the system where I can get the gRPC header, or the HTTP2 header, I can get the gRPC method, and I can modify the route, I can do it. Modify the route. That's the little finger on the right hand. Modify the route. That one. And then here we're going to say that we're going to allow or disallow access. So disallow would look like allow access, yo. Oh, that's right. I got an invitation to a hackathon, a hack day in the States. I should respond to that. So it's a context. Give me a lever long enough and I can move the earth. Give me a hook with this and I can do it. I need a context with access to the header to get the creds. So that's the HTTP2 header. Whatever. Access to the gRPC method. And be able to modify the route to allow, disallow. Ta-da! Enable notifications, whatever. Allow. One of the few cases where I enable notifications. Okay, that's enough diving down into that. How am I going to remember to come back here? Let me tell it to send me an email when someone responds. Click on my thing. Click on my name. Preferences. Name, email, password, two-factor, associated accounts. Yep, save changes. Okay, well, what about emails? Here we go. Send me an email when someone messages me. Send me an email when someone quotes me, replies to my post, my username, or invites me to a topic, only when I'm not on the site. Good, it's done. It'll email me. That's enough about Kong for now. Created something in the future that will come back and remind me about it if someone gives me the... And I'll come back and look at this later. 1 hour down. And I forgot the word least. Edit. So L, what? That's F. This is L. A, S, T. At least two separate features here. Maybe worth splitting them out. Task type validation pre-deploy. Could be done in CI. Authorization of different Zeebe gRPC commands. For example, green list. Create workflow instance command. Now, copy the link. We've got to do a callback here on the Twitters. Twitter.com. Notifications. Let's go. Okay. It's a thing. Shunt, yeah. Okay, ing. Whack in one of those, and then right click to paste here. Reply. Okay, we're getting it out there. Making it happening. Changing the world one GitHub comment at a time. Green list, red list. How petitions used. We looked at that. Where are we up to? There, we're up to there. Test is flaky, test is flaky, replication thread access causes sig internal, message creates only one workflow instance per correlation key. That's interesting. NP on request config, bug, correlated message only once per workflow, atomic join after node restart, takes up to 1 minute, internals. Elasticsearch indices must be able to use several shards. Yeah, I don't know about that. Possible netty version conflicts. Broker dies with severe. Cancels through an exception which should not happen. Zeebe rough state machine as bootstrap. Follower is not able to delete logs. Support workflows with multiple start events. Open that in a tab. That's going to need documentation. Service container sometimes can't remove services. Needs an apostrophe. Nah, not going to do it. Service container test fail locally. Don't be lazy. A message creates only one workflow instance per correlation key. Words. Aggregate multiple messages in a workflow. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you'd have to put 5 messages in a row otherwise. How would you aggregate them? Message correlated, start event. Only if no other instance of this workflow with the same message correlation key is active. Buffered message. Oh, complex. Complex message aggregator pattern. The message pattern milestone. That's interesting. Let's have a look at that. Support workflow with multiple start events. So you can start it from a timer, a message, or a create workflow instance. Okay, let's add this label which needs documentation. Well, let's put it in needs release note. That'll do. It's there. Good. Come back to it later. Sometimes can't remove services. Tiny thing, but there you go. Support for pre and post, yeah, we did that. Twitter, close it because it's a distraction. Message pattern, here we go. Due on December the 31st. Okay. Ooh. 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 I opened that one. Add note to message correlation on subscription. These two are going to need release notes, so I'll tag them as well. What's happening with this one? Go to the end, start from the bottom. Let's go bottom up. Correlation expression, correlation value. Let's give it a thumbs up. Difficult to tell what it ergonomically feels like without using it. A message creates only one workflow instance per correlation key. Yeah, let's give this one a needs release note. Dun dun dun. Goodbye. Next. Correlate a message only once per workflow. Defs needs a release note, man. Ding. Kill it. This one here definitely needs a release note as well. Message pattern milestone. Interesting. Can I watch it? Nope. Let's do page 2. We'll have a quick squiz through this and then maybe move on to something else. Decouple log streams. Nah, embedded. Broker client test. Deploying workflow definition throws error. Oh yeah, that was something to do with the Zeebe modeler. Document size limitation for variables from Elasticsearch. Start workflow from an arbitrary point. Oh, this is a good one. Log restoring failed due to invalid offset. If you have the start workflow from an arbitrary point, you can do migrate. You can migrate. Edit. And then here we just say enables. Enables. In user space. Use Raft directly. Yeah, cluster. Yeah, problem I found while clustering. So look at that. 29 days. Run a cluster with Docker in a different virtual machine. Okay, well. Yeah, okay. The guy didn't reply to it. 19 days ago. This problem occurs. I'll just say, did you fix this? And then we'll close it if we don't get a response back. Because it's not good to have, like, in your open source project, issues that are open for a long time. Because then people are like, yo, what's up? If they're evaluating it, they're like, oh man, people are asking for stuff and, like, nobody's getting back to them. Which is not good. Okay, cloud, yeah. Zeebe, anything in here? Credit sense. Nothing. New release of Dino. Let's have a quick look at that. So Dino is like it uses the V8 runtime. It uses Tokyo, which is a Rust wrapper, and it uses TypeScript. And it's written by the guy who invented Node.js, Ryan Dahl. He's come back from the future to fix Node.js's errors, secure runtime for JavaScript and TypeScript. Let's see where these guys are up to with this thing. Failing in CI. PowerShell, yeah. What a horrible website. Love it. Let's have a look at the manual. Not only to see what's happening in Dino, but to see manual MD, STD. Okay, so let's have a look. Feature highlights, setup, binary, API reference, examples, Unix cat, TCP echo server, inspecting, revoking. Internal details, contributing, project status. Very much under development. Brave early adopters. Expect bugs large and small. API subject to change. Actively working towards 1.0. Let's have a look at that. Built on V8, Rust, and Tokyo. Secure by default. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this was the thing where it's like, how come your JavaScript linter, which is, you know, you install from npm, can like wipe your entire file system, upload your keys to a botnet, and like run Bitcoin mining in the background. Okay. Key behaviors. Yeah, let's have a look. I'm not a fan of that white on black. This looks better. Major features unnecessary for 1.0. Estimated release October 24, 2019, end of year. A lot of issues, some tiny, some big. Dino debug using Chrome DevTools. Yep. Userland. Codebase grows. Loading and execution of modules. Import maps. Dynamic import. 50% complete. Dino test. Dino format. Support DTS. Major API renames. Dino formats. Oh, they've been very influenced by Go. And then initially, actually, they started writing it in Go, then they switched to Rust. Let's go to the end and then work backwards. Single binary, 986. Dino 1, stable-ish, good set of well-rounded features. Developer experience awareness with 1.0. Dude. This is an opening. I could become the world's #1 expert in Dino. I wonder about having a, this is like real out there. Let's have a look. We've got to be able to link it to what I'm doing. So Dino and gRPC. As if. Who knows? You just never know. You just never know. gRPC web, type-safe web, microservices at Square. Square and Google collaborated to launch gRPC. Dino guide for Node.js developers. Oh, that looks interesting. Well, let's go back here and we'll search. I mean, I could open it as a question. Can you use gRPC with this thing? You can't use node modules with it. That's the thing. So unless someone's already written the gRPC support, that's a step too far, man. To add gRPC to Dino. One closed. On the surface, this doesn't look like it has anything to do with it. Build has a bunch of warnings. Research. This is from 2018. Nah. Let's have a look. TS-JSON validated. Create your own GitHub profile. What? China. GitHub.com S Web VPN. Okay, so these guys have got like a hosted proxy for GitHub in China at a university that uses a VPN. Must be the Great Firewall of China is blocking it. What is that node solid server? Okay, where's that node in Dino? Ryan Atkinson. Copy the guy's username. Let's go here. New issue. Oh, actually, no. Let's see if there's a better way to get in touch. Contributing, adding, documenting, Dino core, internal details, program lifecycle, introduction, comparison, project status, API reference. I'd say GRP because they're still doing real low-level stuff to get it to work. Paste this guy's username in here. Paste and go. This guy started crushing it in May. Like really crushing it. It's an interesting graph because this guy obviously codes a lot. Like he's, you know, most weeks he's like coding every day of the week, so he's obviously into it. Svelte, definitely typed. ULID. Okay. He's a JavaScript programmer. Nutrients per calorie. Web interface to the USDA's nutrient database. Okay. Is he in a coding bootcamp? Created an issue. Okay, he's a Svelte programmer and he maintains awesome Svelte resources. Okay, interesting. Let's have a look at his repos. He's only got 25. $334 stars. SAP and Corporate Grow. Oh, but where's his node Dino guide? Let's go back one here. Nope, I opened it from a tab. Probably from here. Here we go. Egoist. Okay, so it wasn't actually Ryan who did it. Yeah, that's where it is on a QWERTY keyboard. Node versus Dino. A Dino guide for Node.js developers. If you come from Node.js, a lot of things that are similar. Some things that are in common, great for learning purposes. Oh, you can check if it's running in Dino. Ah, window.dino, cool. Okay. Dino.args instead. Okay, it's going to be difficult to write cross-platform code then that runs in Node and Dino. Okay, hashing algorithms. Oh, that's it? Okay. Pretty small. Give it a star. 338. Okay, there's a lot of interest in Dino. Either that or a few people who are real passionate. Okay, let's see if this thing can do gRPC yet. gRPC. Is it possible? Is it possible to write a gRPC client in Dino? So, to be more specific, not just a gRPC client, but a gRPC client program, not a library. Like they'll be like, yeah, of course you can. You can add gRPC client support. So, let's say application. Application in Dino. Submit. Let's see what happens. Be interesting to see what kind of response it gets. It gives you an idea of what the project is like. 39.4k stars, 1.8k forks, 1.4k watching releases, including me. Okay, that's enough of that. Now what? Programming? Meh. Don't know about getting my head into programming right now. All my other VS Code windows are now obscuring my monitor on this window here. Dun dun dun. Minimize all these things. Okay. I actually have version 22 of the library ready to roll, so I should probably roll that out now. Okay, let's have a look at the package JSON. Should be called Zeebe node, and it should be 021. Actually, this is something I could look up now. How do I do npm like alpha packages? It's amazing how ghetto you can program for how long, man. Like alpha packages. Alpha packages. Pre-releases and npm. Take advantage of npm tags. Okay. Time to learn something. Beta version. How to deploy a beta version. That's a pretty cool picture. What was that? Looks like it's in Poland. No credit. It's cool. Add beta 0. What, you can't do alpha? Okay, whatever. Dash beta.1. Dash beta .1. Ta-da! Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's run an npm version. Beta or alpha version. Okay, we'll call it alpha in that case. A L P H A. Alpha 1. Okay, so let's do what they say. Copy. So I can go. No, it's still like this. Leave the release engineer to do that. Okay, so, just paste it in here. Paste. Yeah, try saving this. Let's put Uber Cadence in here. People who are looking for Uber Cadence can find it too. It's in similar kind of space. And Lyft Flight as well. Cadence. Okay, let's do that. Running the tests. Been running my integration tests against a local version with an Nginx proxy. Trying to replicate an error that I get in Command Cloud, but I haven't been able to provoke it locally. Dun, dun, dun. Integration test running. It's doing the linting. It's doing the formatting. It's doing the type checking. Not in that order. Reverse order. Type checking. Linting. So it runs a compilation step on the TypeScript, then it does a lint check, lint stage, commits the linting to the commit, adds it, and then it runs in not the integration test but the unit test, and then ready to push. Okay, so now we go back here and we're going to go to credit sense. Credit sense, this one. Create the pull request. Still pushing. Dun dun dun. Push to the get remote. Go to code, and it will say, when it says like last pushed a couple of minutes ago, do you want to create a pull request? No releases for 19 days. Legacy code. Oh, it's still going. Painful. There you go. Compare and pull request. Create a pull request. Okay, so this one is called actually version 0.22. Hello, wake up. .0 dash alpha p h a dot 1. Give it some kind of meaningful type of thing. Hopefully it's going to pass CI. If it does, not push some more changes that will fix it, but it should do. Support 0.22 alpha 1. Alpha WAN dot 1 of the broker. B R O K E R dot. Create the pull request. Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. Now, I make sure that gotta make sure the commit builds first. Pull requests. It says it's green, but still building in CI. No conflicts, merging can be performed automatically. I can actually just merge it myself. Copy. Okay, actually, it's probably not running because it's an alpha branch. Man, I need to check with the release management dude. And his name would be, still in here. S3than Sathan. Can we publish? An alpha package version. See, I don't even know if we can publish an alpha package version. We're using the CI setup that we got going on. It's obviously not running the tests automatically. Boo! QWERTY keyboard mappings, man. Okay, what else is happening in the Slacks? Let's have a look. Threads, some people in threads. Without digging into the code, out of curiosity, how does Zeebe resolve workers? It doesn't resolve workers, they poll. I'm not sure what to do about this, but people just do not have, they come to Zeebe with different mental models about REST or about like existing BPM engines. Maybe like a Zeebe misconceptions blog post. If you come from this background, you probably think it works like this. In fact, it works like that. It's a good idea, actually. Maybe I'll call it You Don't Know Zeebe. A guy did a book called You Don't Know JS. Is his name Ryan? I think his name's Ryan. Let's have a look. So, You Don't Know JS. Kyle Simpson. Evangelist of the open web. Oh, look at that. More about the authors. I wonder if I can do an authors page for my book. Probably can. Dun dun dun. What next? Philip, aka Sag0, posted this link in response to the question about how does Zeebe resolve workers. Actually, I can put a link to this. It's Zeebe dot, and it should be sufficient to disambiguate it with that. Yes. Here's my Zeebe notebook that I'm writing right now. Introduction. This is, oh, actually I could put it in here. Copy. Let's whack it in. Fresh. Zeebe clients communicate with the Zeebe broker cluster through a gateway. Communication between the JavaScript client code and the gateway is over gRPC. That means that your client applications poll the gateway for available tasks. The Zeebe broker does not invoke your microservices over REST. If you come from a REST architecture background or have an existing REST microservices architecture that you want to orchestrate, you should take the time to understand the Zeebe model as it is before trying to figure out how to use it with a RESTful service. It's definitely possible. You need to wire it up to work. The Zeebe worker subscribes to a task type on the gateway. It then runs in a loop polling the gateway for that task type. When jobs of that task type are available, the gateway returns them to the worker. Yeah, I mean, this does raise a question and an operational issue, which is there's no way to prove the completeness of the coverage so actually, yeah, I mean, this is like this question here, support for pre and post hooks. Yeah, let me put it in here. So I'm going to say process coverage, completeness of process coverage. I'd say it's a known operational. It's an important operational issue. Yeah. And I say some discussion here. And then I paste the link. Paste. Hang on, so divs dealing. So we're actually dealing with the design time. It's just the design time aspect. That doesn't... Yeah. Edit. Important. So I should say it's an important operational issue. Proxy in front of route the specific deployment command internally called the service once validated. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's it. Not that convenient for a bigger user base. Edit. Okay. This is a nearer term solution. Then getting an authorization framework. In the broker. Why doesn't it like that? Whatever. It's currently not on any roadmap. They did put SSL in, but that's quite a complex. That's a complex feature. It's like type coverage, strong typing, task types. It's like a type validator. This is basically type. Type validation. Validation, yeah. For the process models. Ideally, you want to push that as far forward as possible. So, like in the IDE. Push. As far forward. As possible, Rio. I'm kind of passionate about this one because it's a problem that I've run into and thought about. So you want to push it into the modeler. Push that as far forward as possible to the IDE when writing workers, to the model when writing models. Yeah. So like a middleware hook, and you can allow it or disallow it, do side effects. Where would you configure that? Okay, what about using a Git workflow? Like a Git hook. Yeah, use your CI system and use Git hooks to do it, because that's already there. Sometimes you want to deploy not just on a Git hook, but in a CI system. Nah, that's just not true. Nah. Where does it say that? sure. A proxy. I think... So... I think you need to do the validation in CI. Yeah, okay, they could do post-deployment. Yeah, okay, well, you know, if they put that hook in there, but how would you... The gateway... Pre-deploy. Yeah, pre-deploy hook would do it on the gateway. Yeah, pre and post deployment hook, yeah. Yeah, I like the pre. So I like the deploy hooks idea, but it should be. I like the deploy hooks idea. Although I'd prefer it, although my vote is for a REST. Dun dun dun. M, my vote. 4 minutes left before I gotta get on to my next task. My vote is for a webhook. A webhook, it's decoupled and language independent. Hook. It's decoupled. And language independent. flexibility for the win. This is a good feature, I think. I think this is a good feature. Yeah. 1 minute left. Let's have a look at the pull requests. Anything cool coming in? Nah, not really. Changes requested on my pull request. I gotta get to that. Okay, there you go. That was 2 hours spent in the Zeebe GitHub. It's getting amongst it. Alright, see you in the next stream.